stopped giving thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers. Isn't that interesting? I have not stopped giving thanks for you. Paul's writing, as we've seen in our Bible study on Sunday, to probably a lot of different churches. Some Christians he'd met, some Christians he'd only heard about. Ephesus in particular was not a church that he'd planted, although he'd done some work there and he'd seen people come to faith through his work. But it didn't matter who these Christians were. He was giving thanks for them, and he was still giving thanks for them at this moment. Now, some of them had been Christians for quite a while at this point, but Paul still hadn't stopped giving thanks. And I think there's an important lesson for us there, isn't there? Because all too often we say thank you once and that's it. After you get your Christmas presents, you write your thank you letters and you think, whew, that's done. I don't need to have to bother anymore. But you know, when you get something that's really, really worth having, sometimes it's hard, isn't it, to stop saying thank you, thank you, thank you every time you see the person who's given it to you, because you're just so overwhelmed by the whole thing. And when you realise the wonder of what God has brought us into, and what he's given us in one another, which is what Paul's thinking about here. All of these people are becoming Christians all over the map of Asia Minor. And all he feels like saying is, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, to God over and over and over again. How often do you thank God for the really big things he's given you? How often do you thank him for your brothers and sisters? For those people who've become Christians through our church? For those folks who stimulate your life and keep you going and do all sorts of thoughtful things for you? Do you thank God for them? Because then, you know, even the ones that get right up your nose become a lot more bearable when you see them in the context of thanks. And you know, when you do thank God for people and for things he's given, that leads on to the next step. And Paul says, I haven't stopped giving thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers. Because when you're thankful for something, you pray about it too. It becomes a stimulus to talking to God for the needs that still remain for those people who've been given those situations you've been granted. So the challenge today is simply this. How thankful are you for what God's given you? And are you using that to fuel your prayers and make you more concerned about your brothers and sisters? Think about it and have a great day.